More than 170 countries implemented this tax, and basically, if I would be talking about a different tax, the differences are so huge that comparing efficiency will be quite difficult because, for instance, for personal income tax, people from one country would not recognize certain schemes that are applicable in a different country. Like people from Germany would not recognize the American schemes, and people from the US would not recognize the schemes that are applicable in Finland, in Italy, and in other countries. So that's why I selected value-added tax as a tax for international comparison. And first, I would like to talk a little bit about measures. What measures are used to say is value-added tax efficient or not? Second, I will compare the efficiency for the European Union, because including other countries it will be quite difficult, not only because data is missing, but there are still huge differences. And last, I will talk about factors that may affect the efficiency. Of course, yes, that's not all. Okay, thank you. Measure efficiency. There are two measures. I only mentioned some. One measure based on gross domestic product. Two measures based on consumption. Value-added tax imposed on consumption. So when you go to the shop, you pay it in the price. Yeah? So that are the best measures, newest measures based on consumption. The so-called C efficiency ratio. A very simple one, taking into account the real revenue that the government is collecting, and then a second ratio is used. That revenue ratio becoming in the last years more popular because it takes into account the so-called potential theoretical value-added tax base. And what is this potential theoretical base? It is assuming that the government may be doing some miracles, so collecting tax with 100% efficiency. Yeah? And we compare that to the real tax collection. And now a little bit of international comparison. That's in fact the European Union as such, apart from that. The fact that the UK is still included, some countries are managing quite well, collecting value-added tax. For instance, Luxembourg, Estonia, or Sweden or Denmark. Poland is somewhere in the middle. However, it's still lower than countries like Germany and still lower than the European Union average. That's in the year 2022 because the data is available for that point of time. Very badly managing by Greece or, for instance, Italy. And there are a few reasons why some countries are managing well and other countries are not managing as well. And now a little bit of comparison. Poland and two neighboring countries on that slide, so France and Germany, in the last 20 years. You can see Poland ratios are increasing. For other countries, they're sometimes going up and going down. And of course, there is such a diversity of factors that it's quite difficult to say which may be affecting at a particular point of time. COVID crisis. Most of the countries lost a lot of money because of the COVID crisis, and also efficiency of taxes was dropping. It was not the case for Poland, as you can see, but it was the case, for instance, for Germany, and it was the case for France, but only in the year when the COVID crisis started. What are the factors affecting efficiency? Of course, structural differences, so VAT design. There are certain tax expenditures, there are reduced rates, different thresholds, special schemes. Of course, what is also affecting is tax compliance, and tax compliance is understood as fraud and also underpayment because some other factors. And the last one is economic situation. Certain countries implemented during the COVID crisis certain measures. And of course, Germany and France lost some money because of the measures they implemented to help the economy at that point of time. Poland, we implemented measures that not so far-reaching in that regard, but after the crisis, the government started to make it up for what he didn't do in the first year of the crisis. So there was a huge inflation, and there are certain measures that are implemented now because of the inflation. And that's why the efficiency is also dropping, but the efficiency now is dropping. What is the main problem of many countries? VAT is assessed, taxes are assessed, but people are not paying. People are not paying because they have certain problems. Businesses are going bankrupt, and the whole situation is in such countries as Greece and Italy. So you can clearly see a correlation between efficiency and debt ratio in those countries. In Poland, we have also a huge problem, but only with this one tax, value-added tax. Other problem is, of course, the fraud. And Poland was able to make up for the fraud, but at the expense of the tax debt growing. So we were able to assess the tax, but we are unable to collect the tax. Some countries are not able to assess the tax first. They know there is a fraud, they can't catch it. Yeah, but Poland is in a different situation. So that's why certain ratios, fraud ratios, improved in Poland. Like the VAT gap improved in comparison to such countries like, for instance, Italy or even Belgium, but we are still have problems on collection. So conclusion, Poland is a country with relatively low VAT efficiency, below European Union average, and tax efficiency indicators were fluctuating in the recent 20 years, but the general tendency is to go up, which is not the general tendency for all the countries in the European Union, especially, for instance, for the UK. UK has a problem with that. Preoccupying is the debt ratio, and we can't handle that at that moment. But efficiency is also influenced by the evasion rates, and the problem exists across the whole European Union. We are managing better than the other countries, but as I said, problem is in collecting and not in assessing. In other countries, there is a problem in assessing. Yeah? So thank you very much for your attention.